In the mid-1980s, the automotive industry did away with the now obsolete carburetors because they weren't nearly as reliable as what they had then designed, which is called an electronic fuel injection. Paramotoring shouldn't be this nuisance of an experience. You should be able to get out to a field and just start your paramotor right up just like you would a car. And so I believe that the future of paramotoring is here. So I'm heading out to Florida, where I received an invitation from One Up Adventures to be the first person to fly a paramotor with electronic fuel injection in the United States. My hopes are high. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
Is that the, you said the computer?
EFI module.
This is the flux capacitor?
Yeah, that is the flux capacitor.
Right.
You could sit here and go through the wires, like they're everywhere. So you have a pickup line, which picks up the fuel just like on any paramotor does.
Yeah.
And you have a vent line, just like any other paramotor does. But then you also have a return line. So if there's extra fuel in the system, because this system is pressurized, the fuel will actually go back into the tank rather than just spilling out somewhere.
How often did they say that you need to recharge the battery?
You get 5 hours of flight time on the battery. 5 is plenty, and then honestly, it's a simple charge. You can actually leave it on there to charge it. So you can just unplug it, charge it, and it'll do its thing.
What do the flashing lights mean?
Right now, that's just to tell you that it's on. It tells you all of the battery life on the little computer that is in there, and it goes down in 5% increments. So it's not, 100, 75, 50. It actually goes down by 5% increments. It has like this good 3M stuff on here. Good to go. If we turn on the battery now and the computer's hooked up, you'll actually hear the fuel pump going and all that stuff. So you can hear the engine doing its thing. And the screen is now on. Right now the engine's just getting ready to fly, doing its thing.
This is like watching SpaceX.
Once it's ready to go, it'll actually say fuel tank liters. I can change this to whatever the amount of fuel that I have in my tank is, and you're good to go. That's what I'm burning, liters a minute. That's my battery level, liters an hour, 21% of the throttle, and that's the temperature. So if I actually add throttle here, you can see the temperature. Move throttle to idle position to start. So it won't let you start it unless it's actually at the correct position, and that's how you can adjust your idle too.
Wow, that's crazy.
I hit the kill switch twice. That's how you start it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you push it once and then click it again and hold it, and it'll fire right up.
1.
Oh, shit. That sounds more like a car than a paramotor.
If you actually exceed 3,500 RPMs in the first 4 seconds, it'll kill it.
The safe start.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just kill the engine. Not that you want to start it on the grounds, but it is a really nice safety feature that's built into the system itself.
The fuel burn, it's more efficient?
Yeah, about 20% more fuel efficient.
Guys that are doing cross country, they use an oxygen sensor to get the oxygen ratio in the exhaust perfect for the engine to be as efficient as possible. But it changes 3 hours later when the temperature changes, and then you got to hook up the oxygen sensor. This is doing that 100% all the time and constantly making that adjustment for you.
Man.
So that's the actual EFI injector. There's one fuel line going in, one fuel line going out. This is actually a one-piece milled throttle body on the top.
Sort of a butterfly.
Instead of a butterfly.
Like a cylinder with a hole. Like
Correct.
Like a barrel that rotates, and there's a hole
I
in
think
the
that
barrel.
anybody who's been in paramotoring for a while has hoped for the advancements to be something to kind of match the technology of where things are today, to include cars. Looking at this, it seriously feels like you're looking at a much more advanced engine.
It's like a car. It just works.
The computer has a barometer.
Correct.
And it has a thermostat, so
Correct.
It knows the things that the engine needs to know how much fuel to put in for the air to fuel mixture.
Yes.
Right. And the computer's always monitoring the EGT as well, so it makes adjustments based on
The vital signs
and
of
it
the
can
engine.
make adjustments based on those.
It will adjust
inputs
at every
to the
spark that
computer.
is ignited.
Wow. With a carbureted engine, there's a low jet and a high jet, and as it transitions from that low jet to high jet, the low jet being where the engine idles basically in the lower RPM settings, it'll have to eventually transition to that higher jet of the higher RPM settings. And you'll oftentimes feel a sudden increase in power as you increase the power to a certain point, and then the engine picks up.
Right.
But with a calculated computer-based system, it's consistent through the entire power band, or as Kyle says, there isn't one because it's just linear.
And if you think about a carburetor too, like you said, you've got a low jet, you've got a high jet, you've got a metering lever height that comes out of adjustment. You have a pop-off pressure spring, and those springs, after time, they start to lose tension and they have to be readjusted. The metering lever height, the needle itself, the needles themselves, they lose their taper after time from the going up and down. They start to wear down, and that changes. So it's completely deleted from this system.
Right. This is the Viderotti Mostra 185, which is like the engine that everybody knows and loves. It's just taking its next big step.
Look at them shorts.
So yeah, like self-aware paramotor. There is a slight increase in overall weight because it has the computer on board. But if it is more efficient, around 20% more efficient, 20% would be 5 liters versus 4 liters. What is the perfect paramotor?
Nuclear powered paramotor.
Yeah, you'll never need to refuel.
It might just blow up.
I just want to put it together so it's ready to fly in the morning.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ross, what is
Really?
we don't even know yet.
Size it just
It just
Other side? Yo!
So bad.
through the hole.
all done?
She's done. She's ready.
All we have to do is throw it in the truck in the morning.
I'll put her by the door.
All right.
I'm going to bed. It's been a super long day. Looking forward to getting to fly it tomorrow. But as you can tell, I need to go to sleep. So sleep tight. See you in the morning.
I've got to prime mine. It's carbureted. I gotta find my primer bulb. I gotta find my little button on the back of the card. There we go. Pull start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, your turn. It's gonna make some clicking noises. Wow, that was easy.
This is the future. If when it had started, if the throttle was engaged and it got above 3,500 RPM, it would have shut down. On paper.
We can test it.
Yeah, good point. So this time I'm gonna start it with a little bit of throttle. Click. And it's off. Oh, you're not gonna get chopped up today. What if they have like a key fob where you can just start it from the ground? Let's do it.
Pull it up. Taxi vehicle crossing 173 Bravo for
Go.
Right.
The road?
Yeah.
Oh.
Got it.
The big one.
Good. 18?
Yep.
Either left turn or right turn 180. You can climb over that runway that's perpendicular.
There is like that slight increase in weight. Much rather have a slight increase in weight for a world of a difference in reliability. My shorts aren't too long, are they? There, power's on. Beautiful. A big black.
Yeah.
Clear prop. Every time. Ready? amazing. This electronically fuel injected paramotor does exactly what I would hope it would do. I've got the engine off right now. I'm gliding down over alligator infested water. Didn't work at all. No, the power band feels just super smooth. I wasn't able to find the jump in power.
Yeah.
I went up really high. I was on full power trying to get the engine hot. Once at the top, I just dropped power. Did a big spiral trying to pull the fuel out of the line, kind of like you would do on a carburetor to try and give it its worst case scenario. After holding on to that spiral for a second, I like exit and power like right there. Which was really good because there's alligators. And then I also turned off the engine too. I mean, it starts perfectly back up, so it's kind of confidence inspiring for somebody like myself who doesn't turn off the engine while flying.
EFI isn't one of those things that just all of a sudden makes your experience better necessarily. All it means to me is that I have a more sophisticated engine that is definitely more reliable, which increases my confidence. And that is going to be worth the increased price. The technology in the Paramotor that regulates the air and the fuel is an archaic, simple design that is phasing out, or it will be phasing out as soon as people get to actually experience these. If you are in the market for getting a new Paramotor and you're willing to pay a pretty penny for this new technology, then you might want to wait. I'm just thinking in the future, like these are going out the door. I just have a very strong feeling. If my best friend asked, should I wait on getting the electronic fuel injection, or should I just go ahead and get the carbureted engine? And I'd say, if you don't get the EFI now and you stay within the sport of paramotoring, you'll get it down the road. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it,